Should we do an all matte look? We should do whatever the hell I want. That's what we're gonna do today. Hi loves, what's up? It's me, Audra. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. And if you are new here, well, you're in for a treat. All right, if you enjoy chaotic, frenetic energy, you like beauty, you like horror, and a little bit of commentary thrown in between, I suggest you go on ahead and subscribe. For the low price of $0. I will tell you a random fact about myself. Today's random fact. I have an inability to stop picking at myself. Not like bodily picking, it's more bodily picking, like I can't stop picking my ears. I have mostly picking my ears. That's the worst one. So you do sometimes see that on camera, but you maybe just don't know that it's me doing that. I can't not do it. I've tried really hard. So there's that. Anyway, here are my socials. I am really enjoying all the ads for the animals. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, what are we here with today, Audra? Well, today we're going to, you guessed it, get ready. When I look like this, we're gonna get ready. Also, when I look like this, I look like this. But we're gonna get ready. We're just gonna kind of chat about like things, goings-ons, you know, the like. Today we are actually going to be using the Glamlight Caliente palette porque I have not used it yet, so I thought it would be fun to play with that, do a little, you guys, look how brown I'm getting. Okay, but also I am trying to make sure that I'm remembering my sunscreen because the heat here is unreal. It's 7:12 at night when I started filming this because honestly it was so hot that like it's become impossible to film in this heat. I wish I was kidding. Let's get things going in a direction of putting on the makeups. Shall we? We shall. I actually took a few notes so that I don't ramble on uncontrollably in some random direction as I normally do. So first up, for those of you who know, my boo is here. My boo is here permanently, which is nice, also stressful, but like it's nice. It's not like, but it's not like, it's good. It's a good feeling. It's a good overall feeling. I just like having him here. But it is like startling a little bit. All right, wait, why is it startling? Okay, well, the reason it's a little bit startling is because like, it's a different deal. Like it's just, okay, let me figure out how to word this. It's just a whole different deal to have a long distance deal happening and then like they live where you live and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hi. Like you're here all the time and I don't know what to do with you always being here. But no, but actually I really do like it. It's nice. But we went on a lovely date. Well, Audra, I thought you said you don't share anything. This is actually funny and sort of, well, not funny. It's kind of weird and awkward, but I'm sharing it anyway because I'm sure people have endured weird shit like this. So we went to this outdoor bar. Everything was, you know, socially distanced and all that good stuff. It's a restaurant bar. And one of the reasons I go there, I know I'm gonna start hearing the shits, but one of the reasons I actually go there is because where I live, there are a lot, and I do mean a lot of like mom and pop type shops. And because of that, I don't want them to shut down. One already shut down. And like some of them are still working on their, like getting their websites and all this kind of stuff. But either way, there's people in my community that I feel like, you know, they're forced to work anyway. So if they're gonna be forced, they were forced to work long before I was ever allowed to go there. So I just wanna try to like make sure that these shops, you know, don't end up closing down. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this like strange pina colada color kind of on top of this because I just really hate that this is so white. Like, okay, Thanks for thinking about me. Anyway, so we're sitting outside and we're having beers, craft beers. That's the other reason I go there, because craft beer is the shit. And so we were having a few beers out there on the little patio area. And I noticed this exchange with the table kind of like catty corner or adjacent. I don't really know how to say. There was this table where I could clearly see there were two men sitting there. And, okay, there are two men sitting there. And I saw what I thought was an exchange of some form. And I honestly was not like super excited about this exchange because I was like, what's happening here? You know what I mean? So I wasn't like really excited by whatever was happening with the exchange. I wasn't a fan, and I kind of just wanted it to end. I just felt, I don't know, it just felt very strange and awkward, and I didn't like it. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like I'm being a nutter. You know what I mean? I was just like, maybe I'm being a little bit of a nutter, and I'm putting more into this than really what happened. Then our food comes, and it's appetizers. We got a bunch of appetizers. So it was like deviled eggs. What the fuck else? Deviled eggs, Southwest egg rolls, and chips and salsa. And then the dude actually looks over and he was like, I'm gonna bring you on closer for this because it's creepy. So anyway, the dude that I could see where I thought an exchange had taken place says out loud, how do such two fit athletic people like you guys, you know, eat and still look like that? You know, eat like that and still look like that. And I was just like, and then I ran back the scenario, and I did see it. So what had happened is the guy facing me said to his companion something, I don't know, but it in turn made his companion turn back. Like he thought he was being like sneaky, but his companion turned back, looked at us, and then like nodded or whatever. So I don't know what the exchange was. So that we're just gonna start there. I don't know what the exchange was. I have no idea what it was that they were discussing. All I do know is that it was really weird. And after he, you know, confirmed or whatever, turned back, and it was just like, okay, this is weird. And then the guy said that, you know, the guy facing me said whatever it was that he said, you know, I already told you what he said. So it was just super awkward and weird. Like, I don't know why that guy was looking at us like this. This looks like such a messy ass mess, but we'll see what happens with it when I'm done. So anyway, it was just a very weird exchange, and we ended up enjoying our food, but it was just a weird, you know, when you see something and you go, I just saw some shit happen, and then you tell yourself like, no, I didn't see that, like I'm freaking myself out for no reason. Like, trust your original instinct, which is like, I saw some shit happen, because I did see some shit happen, and it was fucking weird, and I just didn't have the sense about me to just really be honest and say like, yeah, this shit went down. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't do it, and I should have just been like, yeah, that went down. That was super weird, and let's hope that this never happens again. Ooh, I made me a, like, what is this eye? What is that? Pastel. I just made me a pastel eye. I wonder if I'm gonna make the other eye pastel. Probably not. But this eye is, ha ha ha, what? So anyway, that was just a weird situation, and then we had a nice time with one another. But even before all of that, on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, this isn't a plug for you to do so. I'm just talking about a very particular thing. You know, my stories, some of y'all know that I put, you know, a daily affirmation on my stories, and I actually used to do this a long time ago, just really just like hype people up and be like, have a fabulous, fantastic day. Don't let the world beat you the fuck down. You know, the usual stuff. So the thing of it is, I started doing that on Instagram. So I've been doing this for a while anyhow, for those of you that don't know. But I was doing that when I first started doing Instagram, and I had not done my stories in a really long time. But then I started doing my stories, and along with doing my stories, I also brought back my affirmations, my daily affirmations. So One of the reasons I do these is because these are actually the affirmations I do for myself every day. I started doing these near the end of a really damaging to me relationship. Sorry, I had to stop talking because I was trying a new thing and I liked it at it, so I'm going to just keep going now. But I was in a relationship that was emotionally damaging to me, and at the time I didn't know, like the person was very emotionally abusive, and I didn't know, I don't know if they knew that they were being emotionally abusive. That's neither here nor there, but the point was I had to start like doing daily affirmations. Silence, please. Okay. Continue with the silence. Anyhow, back to the story. So sorry. I had to do daily affirmations because the only person who was going to be kind to me in that relationship was me. And it wasn't near until, like I said, near the end of the relationship, but I realized that the only one who was going to regain my self-esteem, the only one who was actually going to be nice to me, was me. And as soon as I started to realize that and do my daily affirmations and tell myself, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and doggone it, people like me. Only the older folks will really get that, unless of course you have the old soul and you've been watching old school comedy, whatevs. But anyway, the point is, or was, that I was really just trying to do whatever I could to keep my esteem in a good place. I didn't want to just fall into this bad pattern where I wasn't treating myself well. So because I had done that for so long, I had allowed myself to treat myself pretty poorly, pretty fucking poorly for a little while. So I was, trying to change that. And then I thought about, all of y'all as well, and thought, okay, well, I'll just move that to my Instagram because it's also very helpful to me. It's helpful to me as well. You know what I mean? To do that for myself. I'm like, it's helpful to myself to do that for myself. But it does, and it gives me my daily reminder. So I hope that y'all enjoy that. And also, if you are in any kind of relationship like that where you feel like the other person just genuinely doesn't bring you any joy, I hope that it gives you hope to get out, because when I started doing my daily affirmations like that, I also, that is also what gave me the strength to leave. Oddly, or maybe not so oddly. It ended up giving me the strength to get the hell out, because I was like, oh, I don't have to be treated like this. Bitch, I'm out this hoe. And really I was. I'm just gonna do a weird, we're just doing the same thing, but a little different. Okay, anyways. So as soon as I kind of got on that tip where it was you take care of you, don't, do that, I got stronger. And the stronger I got, the harder it was for that person to just keep bringing me down. And a lot of their negativity no longer applied to me. And so, the daily affirmations did give me the strength I needed for when that relationship was actually coming to its conclusion. I was very excited to go ahead and leave. I was like, yes, let's let this go. Now, I'm not going to say that I was perfect in that whole thing, because I wasn't, especially in the leaving part of it. I fucked up a little bit there. I did fuck up a little bit there, but I don't want to hear any shit. Because, when you're with somebody for 12 years, you just kind of feel an obligation, an obligation to just kind of be okay, well, we'll try to work this out. But really, no, thank you. So all of that to say, I'm just trying to bring some of the things that helped me make it to y'all, and I hope that it translates that I'm actually a genuine human. I don't need anything from that. I just want to tell y'all I hope that it's helping y'all the way that it helped me, and the way that I keep doing that every day to this day. To this day, these are talks I have with myself, because I can, we are our own worst critics, you know what I mean? We treat ourselves like shit, and we really need to stop doing that. Because it's just it's just horrible. I don't understand why we treat ourselves so poorly. You know what I mean? Like, we will move heaven and earth for our friends. We will do everything to make sure that they are happy. And do you know how we treat ourselves? Like literal garbage. I'm actually going to just kind of come in here and deepen this. All right, so anyhow, the other thing though, throughout all of this, you know, unrest and kind of, and I actually just fear and scariness, I think some good positive things, I wouldn't say cool, but positive things that I have noticed coming out of all of this is really, one of the positive things I've noticed coming out of this, all of this fuckery really, is how many people have begun to realize that they are more than their jobs. Like, if there is a one thing I could have asked for out of all of this, it is that. Like, you are more than what you do. And it's so satisfying to see this change, especially in America, because this is a interesting country. Like, I've talked to people from other countries and just like read kind of how, like, just like I follow people on Twitter and I do these kind of interesting things for me anyway, where I just kind of go and look at people in other countries and how they do things. And one of the things that always comes up that many other countries are still and continuously stumped by with Americans is how, like, when you meet people, one of the first things we ask them is like, oh, hey, what do you do, like, for a living? You know what I mean? Like, we just, like, that is a normal question to ask first. Like, you don't ask anybody what their hobbies are, or like, you're like, oh, it'd be like, hi, I'm Audra, I'm a supervisor in logistics, or I used to be, you know, and like, that was how you do that. And for myself included, I am so happy for this. Like, I think there was a part of me that kind of always, like, I always knew I was more than my job. And I think that was such a hard struggle to go against, because I think we're made to feel like, and I don't know, y'all tell me, but I feel very much like in America, we're made to feel like we are what we do. Like, we are our jobs. And if you don't have a good enough job, then you're not good enough. So I feel like we've been pushing ourselves to these intense lengths. And the weird thing about that is, like, we're not even pushing ourselves anymore for like ourselves. We're pushing it because we need that status to go well. Like, we need people to see us how we see ourselves. Well, that's a first that I made them even. The fuck? What a beautiful day, y'all. Listen. I'm feeling a little proud of myself right now, because that was, since I started doing this graphic liner stuff, every time I try to do some eyeliddy, it goes wonky. Anyway, silence please. Continue with your silence. Thank you. Your silence is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter while I did this thing. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, it is really nice though to see people realize that they're more than their jobs. And I always felt like that too. Like, I was just pushing so hard to, you know, get this status for a job. Like, I just didn't even like the job that I was doing that for. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's wrong with me? Why am I working so hard to be acknowledged by people who, like, honestly, a lot of these people don't even give a shit about me anyway. And here I am, busting my ass. But I think what I really like about this is how many people are starting to realize, like, their companies didn't give fucks about them. And I feel like it's forcing a lot of people to reconnect with themselves in ways that they didn't know were possible. And it's like, now you can see people just kind of waking up to the reality that they are a full human being and you're not what you do. Like, what it doesn't matter what it is you do, you're just, that's not the extent of who you are, if that makes sense. Y'all, I cannot stop getting dog hair in my eyebrows or my hair. Speaking of my hair, it's hot as shit, and so I cut it all off. Can't believe I forgot to say that at the top of this. Like, oh yeah, I cut off all my hair. I've been just using concealer as like my entire foundation. Don't at me. It is what it is. It's too hot to do anything else. Actually, when I'm going outside of my house now, I am not, for the most part, I don't wear any foundation. I have been wearing that Givenchy powder though, bitch. I hate this. I hate that powder and I hate my life ever since I got it. Anyway, I don't actually hate the powder. I really like it, and it bothers me so much that it's so fucking expensive. Like, I hope it never runs out. Like, I have a lot of powders to fuck with, so here's hoping it never runs out. May my powder be, you know, ever full, never ending. But yeah, so the point I was trying to make was, it's just been very nice watching people come to these actualizations where they're beginning to like look at everything and go, oh wait, I'm more than a job. Like, I'm not a customer service rep. I'm not, you know, Tony who works at Taco Bell. Like, I'm Tony. You know, I feel like people are getting a better appreciation or gaining a better appreciation for who they are as a person. And I feel like we're really starting to, as a people, understand and realize that we can't keep judging people based off of professions. And I think the other good thing too is people are starting to realize that, like, they have not been pursuing their passions, and that maybe they should have. Like, if this was going to be the end result anyway, right? If the result of you not pursuing your passions was going to end up being you working from home, sad, and then eventually, like, some people are still losing their jobs anyway. But if you had lost your job, like, if you knew that this was going to be the outcome, you're like, maybe I would have pursued my dreams instead. You know what I mean? Perhaps I would have pursued my dreams instead of what I did instead, which I don't want to talk about that. But I feel like people are starting to find more fulfillment with themselves, and they're starting to, you know, really enjoy their lives. And I feel that there are a lot more people who are really understanding, like, how nasty this system is and how it is set against us. And I will talk about that in another video because I just kind of want to be mostly upbeat today. But yes, the system is stacked against you. You guys, this Island Time palette is no joke. I really like it's a blush palette. Listen, I know I don't need any more blush. I'm not trying to hear that negativity in my life. Anyway, I love it. And I just like have so much fun. Cause like, look how pigmented, listen, I'm being very light with this because this is a refer brush. And when you use this refer brush, because it's like a natural hair brush, it's a hair brush. It's a brush it has hairs. And the point is, when you use natural hair brushes and you get pigment, like it can get a little rough for you. You can end up having way too much. And while I generally don't mind looking like a clown, today is not the day. So some of you may notice sometimes in my videos that like there are sentences I can't necessarily finish, or like I don't finish words, or like I use sound in place of words. And some of that has to do with the heat, but the other part that it has to do with is my ADD. Like my mind starts to run really, really fast. I don't know how else to explain this, but that's really it. Like my mind starts to move really, really fast, and I have difficulties trying to control like what I'm trying to say, and then I end up just I can't say anything. So what I do instead is just make sounds and hope that I'll come to it. So sometimes you guys hear that. So no, I don't know if any of you have noticed that, but I figured, you know, we're getting ready. I may as well address that as well. Some of you are new here. Some of you don't know all of my idiosyncrasies. There's something so wrong with me right now. We're not gonna talk about it. My fucking battery. I'm getting ready for a purpose. I have 2 videos that I'm gonna film in this makeup today. 2. So, you know, definitely hope you like this makeup, because I do. So Like, hope you like this like kind of light little party I put on. Like, oh, oh. Anyways, that got weird really fast. Like really fast, and I'm not sorry. I did also, so there's a few things. Like one, I've had people ask me about like if I have a P.O. box. I do. It is in the description box of all of these videos. It's like always, it's in the description box if you're like inclined to be a person who wants that. I actually put it there. So here's the funny thing. I got a P.O. box because I was like, the first time I got PR, I was just like, oh, should they have my home address? Like, oh, like, I don't know. I get weird sometimes because I'm weird, but I get so strange sometimes where I'm like, oh, should I change? So I got the P.O. box. And then also someone on my Patreon wanted to send me something. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get a P.O. box. And then I got the P.O. box. And so yeah, I do have that. I have also started doing a few affiliate links, but don't worry. Don't you worry. Most of I'm only putting the links up for the stuff that I like. It's what I like. I'm wearing it in the video, and then like I like it. Some things I don't have affiliate links for, and sometimes I'll put those links in. I don't always do that, and I think part of it is because I am not lying when I say it's like a whole ass pain to go through to do affiliate links, or not the affiliate links. The affiliate links are easy because you just like copy the link. But when I'm like linking, like for instance, this Glam Light palette, when I link that, like the weird part about that is gonna be that when I link this palette, ooh, woof, so thick and creamy. But when I link this palette, like I have to go through like channels and find it and then copy it, and then the link is super long. So anyway, that's why that is. But yeah, it's weird because I never thought I would be like that bitch who had affiliate links, and now I have some affiliate links. So you do not have to shop them, obviously. You don't. If you do, it earns me a small commission, which I think I will receive in 17,000 months. So I have lately been using that pink one that I have from Marc Jacobs because it looks very white. It looks very white on camera and stuff. It looks white, but it is a pinky color. But what I use it for is to amplify these NYX ones, because these NYX ones are kind of shitty. But I can use it to like make this NYX one less shitty. You know? Ain't that a bitch? Whew, ciao. Okay. I know that this looks like super messy. Don't you worry, baby. Don't worry about a thing. Cause every little thing. Okay, anyway. All right. I feel like y'all just got like involved in a conversation you were not prepared to be involved in, and for that I'm somewhat sorry. Like, so sorry I involved you in the conversation that I have with like my eye makeup. Quick tip, since this area is so sensitive, I always try to blend like towards this little peaky part instead of away from it. I try to, when I'm doing eyeliner and I'm blending eyeliner in like that. And I drew the eyeliner down below, which I use this technique often. I just haven't done it on camera. But I try to like pull it this away because it just, I don't know, it just is nicer. I feel like it makes my old eyes like less, like they're not getting any less wrinkly, but I hope that they're not getting any more wrinkly, so there's that. So the Great Chop. I am one of those weirdos that I think a lot of people get annoyed by because I'm that it's just hair person. I am always that person who's living in that idea. I'm like, it's just hair. But I mean, it really is, to me, it is just hair. And if I'm honest, if I think of it any other way, then I really just stress myself out and I start like crying or whatnot. And I don't know, as I've gotten older, it's just too hot. Like, listen, y'all, it's too hot to be all giving a fuck about hair. It really is. It is too hot to give a fuck about hair. It is so hot, it's unreal. Every day it has been 111 or 112 degrees here, and I hate it. I hate it here with like my entire soul. Also my heart, so like my heart and my soul hate it here. And we are trying like to figure out where we want to go. Then today, I gotta tell y'all, my mom, we are like TV. I think I was talking about my mom earlier and I probably forgot, so now we're gonna finish this out with me and my mom. So me and my mom are like TV mother-daughter. Like, we would live in a house together and exasperate each other because we love each other that much. Like, it's so ridiculous. But my mom and I, she makes me laugh so hard. Like, we were driving in the car and she was talking about like getting decorations or something, like getting things to like make things less cluttered. And I was like, oh, are we talking about for your apartment? And she was like, she just looked at me and she was like, no, I was talking about yours. And I was like, and she was like, then we just started laughing because I was like, Mom, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I am legitimately, like, first of all, as a person with ADD, I have a lot of neat piles in my house, and I have a lot of stuff in piles in my house. That's just the way it is. Like, I just, because every time I get started on cleaning, I have difficulty maintaining focus to just like stay in that one area. So it's just like, I clean like 5 pieces off at this table and a few pieces there. And then I'm like, oops, forgot. Like, it's the same way with my brushes, which is why I don't stress myself about like making sure that I wash all of them. What I started to do, and if you have ADD, I hope that this could be something to help you if you're an ADD makeup lover or an ADHD makeup lover. One of the things I do so that I can wash my brushes, like real talk, is I don't get all of them and say like, oh, I'm gonna wash all my brushes today, because I know for me that is a lie and an impossibility, and that's usually how I end up ruining my brushes, because for fuck's sake, I get started. We're gonna do something with that. I get started. So what I would say is, or what I do is I grab a handful and I just wash those and lay those out to dry. And then by seeing them laying out to dry, the next day I wash, like I grab those, put those up, and then it prompts me to wash other brushes. So that is a tip that I hope could help you. I hope it does. Hope it does. So yeah, another quick mom story, which I feel like I can't remember if I've told this or not, but like we went, because my mom needed a new bed, so I went furniture shopping with her so that she could get her bed. And she was going to get me a couch because, like I said, we have a very, very close relationship, and really she wanted to get me a couch because she comes here and she hates my couch. So when she comes over, she does not like sitting on my shitty couch. And she's right, it is shitty. I got a really cheap couch back in the day because that was what I could afford. It was like the first time I got furniture for myself in a really long time. And so like that was what I could afford. Now it's like, ugh, it is a shitty couch, but it doesn't stop me from laying on it. Anyway, but we're in there trying to get her this couch, and the whole thing is going awry. And it's going downhill pretty fast. I don't know if it's because the lady was new. I really don't know. But it was annoying AF. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that like, oh, it was fine. It was not fine, and I was really annoyed because it was just, the process was taking a really long time, and so sorry. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about when I talk about this, but there is like for those of you who know about this, let me know. But there's a way in which you can just be like a person who says, okay, well, I don't want my credit being run. Basically, you put a lock on your credit. So anytime it's going to get run, you have to unlock it first. And, you know, it was a combination of things. It wasn't just that lady, but like, she just didn't ask any questions. And she started running my mom's credit. My mom had that lock, and she's like, oh, you can't really do this right now. Don't stress. She was like, you can't really do this right now. And that lady's just like, what? And I was like, what? And we were all like, what?
I hope you weren't too invested in that story because I never finished it and I don't exactly know where I was going with it. So maybe it'll come around. My bad.
All right, so what I did over here is I made lemons into lemonade. So I just kind of turned that into a little star. Boom! I mean, some of you can clean it off of your face if that's what you want to do, but I was not interested in doing that at all. So what we did is we did this. So I have this whole thing going on. Whew, Lordy. It's not exactly glitter freckles, but like we have a thing happening and I'm kind of enjoying it. Oh, because I'm missing one other thing. All right, bronzer and lip, and we're out of this bitch. I'm so sorry I kept you so long, but I hope that you had fun with whatever it is that I've been doing here today because, you know, it's a good time. If I hate this, the good news is it's only makeup and I can wash it off. Oh, I'm just kidding. You're gonna still see it. I'll just wash this part if I don't like it. But chances are I'm keeping this look, and anyone who doesn't like it, well, I'm so sorry. You know, some days your makeup is, you know, your friend, and other days it's just like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to talk to you. And, you know, either way, it's fine. Let it do its thing. I'm not gonna like complain. I'm not gonna get in its face and tell it it's ugly. That's not very nice, no, is it? You know what I mean? Like, that's not nice behavior. We're gonna go in with this Fenty whatever the fuck color because I don't know how to tell you guys this, but like, it's not gonna focus, but the writing on this, like the lettering, I'm like, y'all, I don't know who you were trying to get to read that. It was definitely not me. Ooh, that's really pretty. Then, what we gonna do is we're gonna come in with, I think this one's Griselda. This one I can read, and I think it's because like I know what color this is, and I had like a whole thing. Ooh, isn't that fun? All right, and here's the look. So, I am finished. I am ready for my next 2 videos that I'm gonna film. Thank you for those of you that made it all the way to the end. I hope that, you know, by keeping some notes, I was able to follow a cohesive plan. I do have some cognitive dissonance issues where I think that, you know, while I'm talking, I think I'm saying something, and then after it's all finished, I feel like I said nothing. So hopefully I said something. All right, thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you are having a great day, whenever the day is that this comes up, because it's been so hot. I've had nothing else that I can do except for lay around like a sad slob until the sun goes down. And as always, huge shout out to my patrons. Yeah. All right. Be kind to one another. It costs $0 to be kind. It really does nothing to harm you if you are kind. So just try it on for size. It's good for your soul. And until next time, deuces! We'll take pictures and see if I like whatever happened here. As opposed to... Oh, that was a bad plan. Because it looks like a slapdashy mess.